Kevin Sheedy went to coach Essendon. He'd had a year here at Channel 7 on World. Used to argue every Sunday, I remember watching. So they hadn't made the finals for 13 years, the Bombers, and he recruited this baby team. Everyone called them the Baby Bombers. Well, in this year, they lost 5 out of their first 6 games and then won 15 on the trot. That's amazing.
It was a magnificent effort, the start of the Essendon era, really, under Kevin Sheedy. As you say, the Baby Bombers, they had some terrific players coming up through this era. But the sad part about that year was Neil Danaher, who really did look like being one of the superstars of the competition. He really was a top player, Drew, and he was injured towards the end of that year and had a lot of knee trouble, Neil, and never got over it. Of course, he's now involved heavily at Essendon in a coaching capacity. But interesting to look through some of the names of Fitzroy at that time. Our own Bernie Quinlan, super boot, started his career at Fitzroy, was a magnificent player. Very, very quick, 6'3", and could run 100 yards in about 10.5. And
I reckon he's still good too.
Well, he's pretty fit. Well, he plays golf every day of the week and tennis, so no wonder. But Bernie, one of the great kicks of all time, consistently kicked the ball 60 metres with torpedoes or drop punts. Some of the other names, Michael Poynton. Now, there's a name hardly anyone would remember. Now, there's Lee Carlson. I mentioned he went earlier in the night that he went to Collingwood after playing at Fitzroy. Well, he kicked 2 goals in this game. Les Parrish from Yarrawonga, Salty Parrish with the tattoos on the arms. I'll never forget him in moving pictures. He was a very good player, Les. Gary Wilson. Well, Gary Wilson, one of the tremendous rovers of all time. Very, very fit.
I reckon he was one of the best marks for a man of his size. Gee, he could take an overhead mark.
Very good overhead mark, and had a great combination with Bernie Quinlan. Ron Alexander kicked a goal in this game. Now, Big Ron was ferocious. Great player for Fitzroy, then eventually coached the Eagles, of course, in their early years. Matty Rendell, who finished his career this year with the Brisbane Bears. Matt Rendell, recruited from South Australia, very mobile, big man. And David McMahon, who for many years ruled the roost there on the half-forward line. So Fitzroy, a pretty talented side. And, of course, we said that Essendon starting off that great era under Sheedy. But Ronnie Andrews in this game, big tough Ronnie. I played against him a few times as centre half back. I played a very wide berth when we played the Bombers. Played around the flanks those games, Drew. We kicked 3 goals in that particular game.
OK, well, this year, after winning 15 on the trot, the Bombers lost in round 22, the last home and away round, and so I dumped them into the elimination final. They finished 4th, and Fitzroy had finished 5th for the season. And this is how they stood at three-quarter time in the last man standing affair. And the Lions were up by 5 points, 12-11-83 to the Bombers, 11-11-77. That's not 5 points, that is 6 points, 1 straight kick, and we go to the last quarter.
Umpire Neville Nash coming in to bounce the ball in the Channel 7 Elimination final in 1981, 58,598. The official attendance here this afternoon as the ball hits the deck. Alexander tries to get a kick at it, not successful. Taken away by Essendon. Watson boots the ball up towards right half forward. Only travelled about 15 metres there. McMahon tries to go through, lost the ball in so doing, and umpire Nash has decided to ball it up. And that ball up will take place only about 5 or so metres from the centre circle. So in the first 30 seconds of play, we haven't made much headway. Knocked away by Justin Madden. Quinlan to Harris. Harris having trouble gaining control. Tries to find Conlon. Successful. Conlon from half forward, or it goes off the side of the boot out towards where Carlson could be able to pick it up, but it doesn't bounce too kindly for him. It's picked up by Donnell. Donnell goes for the short one, puts it into the open spaces. Terry Danaher gets there first before O'Neill. Danaher picks it up well. Steady, shoots it in towards the half-forward line. Crow is there, one of Essendon's best players. Chris Smith is right there with him. Hawker comes in and takes it off both of them. Francis is too late. Ball in towards the forward pocket. Now here comes Serafini and Taylor. Thompson's there, tucks it out to Andrews. Can he make it goal number 3? A snapshot is wide and in fact has gone out of bounds on the full. And the penalty kick to Fitzroy will be taken down there in the back pocket. And it will be taken by Clayton. He's coming around the members' stand side. Watson to Folds. Again, one of Essendon's best. He's gone for a short pass and Taylor takes the mark in the back pocket.
Good defensive play on the part of Taylor, one of Fitzroy's best players today. No doubt about that. A little bit quiet in the third quarter, but sensational in the first half. Oh, a little mark there to Justin Madden. He's been off the ground since quarter time, and they've brought him back on again. Thinking that Alexander's a bit tired. Finally picked up by Vanderhaar, now playing at centre half back. Shoots the ball over half forward. Alexander misses that one. In goes Terry Danaher, taps the ball out towards Bahajar. Shows a lot of strength for little fella, but he's grabbed again. Gets a hand pass back to Hawker. Hawker's going after it again. He's grabbed here by Clayton, carted over the line and over the ball. Fitzroy not giving up yet. They're 6 points in front. At one stage in that third quarter, led by 37 points. It looked as though they had the game wrapped up, but Fitzroy, Essendon came back with a wham. Short pass over there to Wilson. Wilson clear, goes for another kick, looking for Francis. Oh, there's Van Haar. What a beautiful mark. Van Haar's a left footer. Coming in as Terry Danaher takes a nice mark at centre half forward. Up into that time by Wilson. He'll go for a long kick. Looking up there for Ronnie Andrews or Crowley. Going for a short pass. It's O'Kane. He's found Bahajar only about 35 to 40 metres out from goal directly in front. And Bahajar's yet to score a goal. It's a goal the difference. This will tie the game up if he kicks this one. But there's a long way to go yet. Not a very good kick, and it's out of bounds on the full, and a penalty free kick to go to Fitzroy down there in the back pocket position. We're at the 3.5-minute mark of the last quarter. Still a goal the difference in favour of Fitzroy. Ball back into play again. Oh, big mark to Madden. And it was a wise move on the part of Sheedy bringing him on the ground in this last quarter. And there's Ronnie Alexander's got the mark.
Andrews.
Andrews, I should say. Andrews. Of course, he was a great player in the third quarter, kicking 2 goals after being shifted from centre half back where he wasn't so hot.
And Neil off and Manane on for Fitzroy.
Let's see whether Ronnie Andrews can get his third goal. There's the kick. Doesn't quite make the distance, I don't think. It's finally forced through for 1 point. So it's still 12 goals, 11-83 Fitzroy to Essendon, 11 goals, 12-78.
A thrilling elimination final here as Alexander prepares to take the kick out, kicking it clear of hand and foot, smothered by Hurd. Alexander will have to rush it through. Now a bad mistake by the veteran Lion.
Played well today, just the same, Pete.
He has, one of Fitzroy's best, but he might be getting a little bit tired now, like a few of his teammates. 4 points the difference. He's gone for another short pass. It could be out of bounds without being touched. It is. That's a free kick. So 2 mistakes by Ron Alexander, and both at a crucial stage of the match. Bahajar to take the free kick. I wonder if he'll learn. Bahajar goes for the short pass, looking for Stoden, couldn't find him. Now it's Fitzroy's turn to capitalise on mistakes. Oh, Wilson got one right around the chops and will take the free kick. Gary Wilson in towards centre field. Mark taken by Harris, who plays on straight away, gets away from Fold, puts it up towards the half-forward position into open territory there. It's 2-on-1 in favour of Essendon. McMahon late on the scene. Through the legs it goes, picked up by Stoden at centre half-back. One of Essendon's key defenders, Stoden, the hawker, who had 10 kicks to half-time and was Essendon's best player up until that stage. Hawker down towards the full-forward position for the Bombers. Taylor, one of the best Lions on the ground today, to Smith. To Quinlan, super boot at left half-back. Thought about the hand pass, now goes for the pass up towards Francis, and he takes it at centre wing. Peter Francis now looking for a lead. Sees one. Harris making it. Oh, one straight into Van Haar. And what's the result of that? No free kick either way, says the umpire. And picked up by Clayton down towards full forward or half forward. Clark knocks it clear. Into the open space as it comes again. Merritt's there for Essendon. Goes for the long kick. That's good defence. Back towards the centre wing position. Getting high was Laurie. And backing up well is Quinlan. He's well shepherded. Super boot puts Fitzroy into attack. They need a goal here. Up towards full forward. Rendell couldn't take the mark. Here's Manane. Gives it to Poynton. Poynton in the forward pocket. Gets it back towards the 10-metre square and touched just on the line by Carey. And so Sevens big league scoreboard from VFL Park. Essendon 11-13, 79. Fitzroy 12-12, 84.
5 points the difference as the ball comes back into play. Oh, flying high was Wilson, but lost sight of the ball. The umpire's found a free kick. It'll go to Essendon. And to take the free kick will be Donnell. Goes for a short pass. It's a good one. Hurd was a very good player coming on in that third quarter. Kicks the ball over the half-forward line. Coming in to meet it now is Smith. Smith's out there and he's only got to pick it up, and he fummels it. In goes Terry Danaher, and it'll be a ball up. Took too long that time, Smith, and gave the Bombers a chance to go back into attack again, because it's out of a ball up there about 70 metres out from their goal. 5 points the difference in favour of Fitzroy. The ball comes to the ground again. A hand pass Finally pushed away again by Francis, back towards centre field. And there's Hawker going after the hand pass. Thompson it was, a hand pass by Fowles. Kicks it up there towards Alexander, but punched on well that time by Serafine, and it's out of bounds. Out of bounds in the forward pocket position. Right against the point post. So a chance for the Bombers to score a goal here now. By golly, that third quarter, Peter, was a great quarter, wasn't it?
Magnificent. One of the best we've seen this year, Lou.
Waiting now for the ball to come back into play. Crow and Alexander doing battle here. Alexander got it down to Smith. A hand pass out wide. Finally picked up here by Parrish. A left footer out wide. It's too long. It'll hit the line. I think it'll be a throw in from that centre wing, or up towards the centre wing position. Still a good way around from the Essendon goal. They're trailing by 5 points at the moment. Waiting for the ball to come back into play. Alexander against Justin Madden. Madden got the knockout, going after it now as Wilson's going to go to pick it up. He does. Kicks the ball back towards the centre wing position. Van der Haar there couldn't hold the mark. It hits the ground. Finally picked up by McMahon. He's clear. A left foot kick well over the centre half forward position as players bustle for position. Conlon tried to grab it, but the umpire's playing the mark there to Carey. Right at the centre half back position for Essendon.
The Ronnie Andrews lookalike. Carey to Neagle. And Neagle's got a panic to move it on centre wing. Decides to go for the long kick down towards half forward, and a fine mark brought in by Crow. That's 10 marks to Max Crow, and away he goes. He's kicked 5 points though, hasn't scored a goal yet. Thompson has. Can he make it 2? Into the pocket it comes, and the mark taken by Grant Laurie. Laurie, long kick looking for Francis. Flies high, couldn't complete the mark. Harris, well shepherded, gets it out to Clayton. Clayton a little bit too slow, and has put it over the boundary line. Yes, he has, on the full. The penalty to Essendon, who are finishing the better of the two sides. Fitzroy looking a little bit tired. Watson with the free. In short, Thompson takes the mark. Thompson at right half forward, but about 60 metres out from goal. Puts it high, looking for a big mark. Plenty of Fitzroy players are there. They spoil each other almost, and the mark brought down by Parrish. Parrish in the back pocket. Fitzroy defending desperately. Big punch by Merritt, sees the ball safely over the boundary line in front of the members' stand, and once again the boundary throw-in will take place. This time it's about 55 metres around from the behind post. 79 to 84, still in favour of Fitzroy. They've led for most of the day, in fact all of the day. Essendon gradually pegging them back. Knocked down by Terry Danaher in that mud heap down there. That's about the worst spot on VFL Park at the moment. After the recent rains we've had, it still hasn't dried out. Of course, it gets the shade earlier than most of the other parts of the oval. Knocked down by Justin Madden to Bahajar. Wild handball comes to Thompson. Thompson screws around, puts it into the pocket again. Smith is there for Fitzroy. Can't punch the ball clear. Going through very solidly is Hurd. Shoots at goal. 1 point. Andrews was on his own in the goal square too, but I didn't think he saw him. And so that makes the difference. 4 points in favour of the Lions. 84 to 80 in the Channel 7 elimination final.
10 minutes gone of the last quarter. We wait now for Serafini to bring the ball back into play. There's the kick out there towards that half-back flank position. Ball knocked to the ground. Clayton goes after it. In a bit of trouble. A hand pass out to Harris. Another long one coming out to Wilson. Wilson's out there on that half-back flank. The ball's booted back there towards the wing position. Chance there for Lewis to mark, but Van der Haar's there with him. He gets the front posse. He's grabbed, but finally flings his way clear. The ball smothered as it comes back to Wilson again, and he sends Fitzroy back into attack up towards their half-forward line, and a mark taken there by Rendell. Not that many kicks for today, though. I think that's kick number 2 for Rendell. A short pass. It's okay. We see Lewis going for a hand pass over here to Point in a bit of trouble, but he gets close. Well smothered by Merritt. In goes Conlon. He copped one on the head that time, and they pile up there in the forward pocket, and the umpire's going to ball it up. It's a tough game of football. And, of course, there's only 4 points the difference in favour of Fitzroy. And at one stage, as I said before, they led by 37 points in that third quarter. But they're still in there with a lead of 4 points, so they've got to get it back, Essendon. The ball kicked up there by Carey. It could go out of bounds. Now it swings back and a mark there to umpire call play on a Quinlan. Finally picked up by McMahon. Rendell's kick is smothered by Van der Haar. He still covers the ball. In goes Rendell. About 4 of them pile in there, and the umpire's going to ball it up about 35 metres out from the Fitzroy goal. 11.5 minutes gone of this last quarter. Still 4 points the difference in favour of Fitzroy. Knocked out by Rendell. Forced out of bounds again by Bahajar. Point yelling out there. It was a deliberate knockout, but the umpire won't have a bar of that. It'll be Rendell against Justin Madden for this knockout. Still about 30 metres around from the Fitzroy goal. Knocked out by Rendell. Poynton picks it up, then fumbles the ball. Umpire's found a free kick. It'll go there to Fowler, and Fowler takes the free kick down there at the full-back position.
Still, we haven't had a goal scored in the final term, which was in stark contrast to the third quarter when we had goals of plenty, 12 in actual fact. That's a fine Essendon mark brought in by Terry Danaher. He too has lifted his game in the second half. Danaher towards centre wing. It's short. Well, both Donnell and Hawker left it to each other. Taken now by Donnell from the handball. Donnell is right on centre wing, showing his opponent Carlson a clean pair of heels. Oh, he stuck it there in mid-stride and nearly lost it, but he still has it. Well played by Frank Donnell. Puts the ball deep into the Essendon attacking zone. At the back, Serafini. Good grab. Serafini in that true full-back position. Wondering where the umpire is directing him to kick it. He has to kick over the mark. He's gone for a short pass. Francis takes the mark at right half-back. And still, we haven't had a goal scored. 13 minutes of play, elapsing in the final term. Still anybody's match, of course, with the difference being only 4 points. It's a real nail-biter here at VFL Park. Francis will get penalised for wasting time if he doesn't kick it. Crow takes mark number 11. Max Crow, one of the best on the ground for Essendon, but he's kicked 5 points. He won't score from there, but that's a mammoth kick in towards the 10-metre square.
You're going to be the match winner, I'll tell you.
Andrews takes a screamer. 11 metres out from goal, maybe 12 or 13, but what a place to take it and what a time to take it. A goal here will put Essendon in front for the first time today, which he has done. The Bombers lead by 2 points in the Channel 7 elimination final. Scores: Essendon 12-14, 86, Fitzroy 12-12, 84. Elimination finals in VFL Park on 7's big league with now 2 points to difference at the 14.5-minute mark.
This time it's in favour of the Bombers. Centre bounce. Knocked out by Madden. Oh, there is Hurd going through, and he's been a great player since coming on the ground at half-time. Smith taps the ball over. Finally picked up by Bahajar. Threads his way through the pack. Shoots the ball down there to Alexander again. Punched away by Serafini. They both race after the ball. Coming in as Hawker. It's on the line, and it's finally forced out of bounds. But it's deep in the heart of the Bomber attacking zone. It's only about 25 metres around from their goal. So Fitzroy on the defensive now, and they're trailing by 2 points. Alexander and Justin Madden for the knockout. Now it's Crow. Finally, Alexander gets a hurried kick back there towards Parrish in a bit of trouble. That's a beautiful mark. Decides to go back, and then he decides to play on. Runs to centre half back, kicks it back towards the centre of the ground. At the back is Vanderhaar. Finally, it's knocked down to McMahon. A hurried kick back towards centre half forward. Coming in to meet it now as Carey overruns the ball. The ball finally tapped on by Lewis, but he can't pick it up. And that Essendon defence is standing up well as Laurie tries to get... No, it's Quinlan trying to get clear. A hand pass out there to Harris. A short kick back to Manane. Out it comes now to Conlon, and going to run into trouble. Gets a hand pass over to Wilson. Wilson's clear. It's a left foot snap for goal. He's put it through. And Fitzroy in front again. That's goal number 2 to Wilson. The score: Fitzroy 13-12, 90 to Essendon 12-14, 86. And what a game we've got on our hands. You watch it in replay again. A lot of fumbling going on, and we see him running to Clark that time, Conlon, but Wilson breaks clear of the pack. That was a beautiful left foot snap for goal.
One of the best snapshots of the day. 2 goals to Gary Wilson. Who's going to win this match? 21 kicks to Wilson as he receives some words of advice from Larry Madison. 4 points the difference now in favour of the Lions in the final term, which has been in progress 16 minutes.
That's Bahajar kicking the ball back there, but intercepted by Taylor. This could have given Fitzroy their second wind as the ball goes back there towards centre half forward, tapped away by Lewis. Carlson's in there too. They're all falling over left and right as it comes out now to Watson. He's been a pretty quiet play, but he's found Hurd out there, and he takes the mark at half forward, a good 70 metres out from goal. Oh, he's going to go for a run. He better get rid of it quickly. He's gone for a pass to Neagle. Neagle's kick is a long one. Up there towards the full forward zone. Crow at the back, trying to juggle the mark. He'll play. No, he called play on. Thompson taps the ball out, but he's clear. They're all standing back arguing as he fires at the goals. Will he put it through? Well stopped by Serafini. Beautiful defensive play. So it's 13-12, 90 Fitzroy to Essendon 12-15, 87.
What a thriller this is. 3 points the difference. Anybody's match. Laurie. Had a great first half. Grant Laurie looks for David McMahon. Couldn't find him. It's in the glue pot there. Shane Hurd picks it up as if it were dry, then throws it out. Harris to Conlon. Good handball from Fitzroy. Conlon tackled by Neagle when he didn't have the ball. Looks for a free. Decides for the soccer off the ground. Francis. The ball is successful around Foles. Gives it in turn up towards Conlon again, who'd made position well to take the hand pass. He fires at goal. That's not a bad kick into the 10-metre square. Only to see Merritt there off the hands and through for a behind. Oh. Yeah, that sums it up pretty well. Whew.
It's a game and a half, Peter.
Certainly is. 12-15-87 to 13-13-91. Still 4 points the difference. Oops-a-daisy, they all missed it out there. A chance for Essendon to pick it up and go forward. Carey's kick is a short one. Looks for Terry Danaher. Parrish is there with him. Watson comes in to lend assistance. Parrish in plenty of trouble. Hurried handball is unsuccessful. Watson again. Plenty of Essendon players. They're backing up better, but they can't break clear. And the umpire has decided to ball it up on centre wing. The crowd takes a breather. 12-15 to 13-13, 87 to 91. Simon Madden, I see, off the field, warming up on the boundary line. Justin does the ruck work. Now he's got it back again from Parrish. Crow goes for the punch. Thompson, well tackled. Hurried handball. Knock on by Crow is successful to Hurd. Oh, Hurd gets overrun by about 8 players and will take a free kick. Shane Hurd, who certainly added some bite to the Essendon packs after half-time.
10 kicks since half-time, Peter.
That is certainly a fine effort. He's gone for the handball on this occasion. Snapshot at goal for Essendon by Neagle. Out of bounds on the full. Penalty to Fitzroy. Andrews will stand on the mark and the free will be taken by Serafini. 19 minutes have elapsed in the final term. There's just Simon Madden coming back onto the ground as Serafini takes his free kick, goes around the members' stand flank. Francis missed the mark. Harris was grabbed but not in possession and will take the free kick for Fitzroy. Leon Harris at left half back to get Fitzroy out of danger. A thriller this match is, one of the best finals we've seen for a long time. In towards centre foot or centre wing. Stoneham tries to break clear. Well tackled. The tackling has been good on both sides today. Picked up by Quinlan eventually. Long handball. Francis. Effective balk. Puts the Lions into attack up towards half forward. Nobody can take the mark. Here's Carey eventually. Takes the crumbs well to Madden. Madden goes for the handball. Watson. Watson in turn to Neagle. Long kick by the Essendon centre man to right half forward. Taylor misses the mark. Smith backs him up. Having plenty of trouble. He's got an attack of the fumbles at the crucial moment. Harris backs him up in turn and the ball over the boundary line for the throw-in.
Out of bounds about 40 metres around from the Bomber goal. At the moment they're trailing by 4 points. And we're, just on 20 minutes into this last quarter. Alexander goes for the big grab and gets a hand pass. A beauty, 2 out there to Conlon at half back. The ball across to centre field. Oh, Mark the Manane. Ready to send Fitzroy back into attack. They've got their second win back, I think. There's the kick, a short pass. It'll be okay. Wilson's grabbed it on the line out there at centre half forward. So he should go for the long kick. Get it up there to Bernie Quinlan if he possibly can. Quinlan making a lead now. He's found him. And Quinlan would be about, let's see, about 45 to 50 metres out from goal. Already kicked one. And, of course, this distance shouldn't trouble Superboot. A goal here would put them 10 points in front. We're approaching the 21-minute mark. They've put up a great performance here today, Fitzroy. There's the kick by Bernie Quinlan. It's a magnificent kick. It's a goal. What a goal. What a goal by old Superboot. So it's 12-15-87 Essendon. And Fitzroy 14-13-97. Well, that was a magnificent goal, Peter.
10 points the difference in Quinlan producing the goods at the stage of the match that they certainly were required, but we remember what Essendon did to Carlton a few weeks ago at Princes Park, so I can safely say that that lead isn't enough to take Fitzroy into the first semi-final. 21 minutes have gone in the final term. 10 points the difference in the Channel 7 elimination final. Alexander to Francis was good ruck work up towards half forward. Quinlan again claims the mark. Has he got it? Free kick, says the umpire, and the 15-metre penalty.
Well, not too happy about that, Essendon, Peter.
Well, the umpire originally gave him the mark. He got the treatment. I think you saw it on screen. And anyway, the umpire, Kevin Smith, saying a 15-metre penalty was required. Oh, goodness me. This makes it interesting. Quinlan, 40 metres out from goal. Fires. That looks okay. 2 points. Quinlan scores 2 goals in about 45 seconds. And so Fitzroy, 15-13, 103, Essendon 12-15, 87. In the Channel 7 Elimination Final, it's 22 and a half minutes gone, 103-87.
Centre bounce again, knocked out by Simon Madden. The ball hits the deck again. They pile in there and the umpire's going to ball it up down towards Fitzroy's centre half forward position. Well, they're doing it well at the moment. They're 16 points in front. That's going to take a bit of wearing down. They must be feeling pretty good. They looked pretty sick there for a while in this last quarter. But they've come back. Superboot kicking two magnificent goals. There's Danaher's kick is smothered by Taylor. Finally, it's forced out again. A chance for Laurie. There's no doubt about it. Fitzroy have got their second win now. They're really playing football. Out there towards Manane. Kicked off the ground by Carlson. Manane, a beautiful pick-up. And they swing back into it. Now he gets a hand pass. Looking there for Lewis. He tries to tap it over to Francis. Francis steers out of the pack. A hand pass to Carlson. This is dangerous. A running shot for goal. And he's put it through with a goal. And you can put it in the glass about Fitzroy now. 16-13, 109 Fitzroy to Westman, 12-15, 87.
Well, you're quite right about Fitzroy getting their second win. They really have got their tails up now, and what a goal that was. They're finishing a little bit fitter. I think early in the final term I said they were looking tired and Essendon were finishing the better. Well, they've certainly proved me wrong. Francis, a fine pick-up and good handball to Carlson, who'd made position well, and Carlson a long kick at goal, a great shot, and he put it through for full points. Is he happy? 24 minutes gone now in the term. Can Essendon come back? They need Neil Danaher, but of course he's not playing today. Free kick for on the shoulder. Bahaja to take it. And the umpire indicating where the mark is. They've got time on in which to kick 3 goals. Can they do it? Madden takes the mark at half forward. Essendon skipper certainly had a down day today. Madden to full forward. Here's a chance. The ball into the open spaces now. Picked up by Hurd. Grabbed but not in possession. The umpire calls play on. It comes to Schultz. Schultz spins around. The Bombers need a goal. Has he let them down? It's out of bounds on the full, or maybe a point. It's one behind to Essendon, and that takes the Bombers total along now to 12-16, 88. Fitzroy 16-13, 109. A difference of 21 points as the kick out is taken by Chris Smith towards the half-back line. Madden at the back with Alexander. They punch it into the open spaces. Thompson on the bottom of that stack-up might come out with the free kick. In fact, that's how the umpire has seen it. Thompson now takes the kick up towards full forward. Too far for Andrews, and the mark taken by Serafini. Serafini in the last line of defence. Brings it round the member stand side. Lead being made by Gary Wilson. Wilson doesn't let him down, despite some attention out there by Paul van der Haar. And Gary Wilson will go back and take all the time in the world.
And we're at the 25-minute mark as Wilson goes for a hand pass. It falls a bit short for Taylor, but he gets a kick. He's played a great game today. Ball back towards the centre of the ground and a mark to Crow. No doubt Essendon's best player. Crow's kick is a long one over centre half forward. Alexander coming in, and the KGO line takes a great mark in defence. They've got him down there, propping him up at the moment. We see the ball going out there to Serafini, out to France. He takes the mark at half-back. And they're looking mighty good, the Lions, at the moment. They're 109 points to Essendon, 88 points. Back towards their half-forward line. Ball finally kicked up there by Essendon, back towards their centre-half forward position, I should say, and a mark taken there by Fowles. Well, quite a few of their big players have let them down today. I think Simon Madden's only had about 2 kicks. Van der Haar's been very quiet, and Justin Madden's been off the ground for 2 quarters, coming on in this last quarter. Chance for Alexander. Punched away by Serafini, backing out beautifully and spinning out of the pack. That's Laurie. Beautiful play on the part of Laurie, that half-back flanker. He's only as thin as a whisper, and of course he shows a lot of courage as the ball comes out wide to that half-back line for Fitzroy. McMahon's well collared by Hurd, and the umpire said holding the ball.
Free kick to be taken for Essendon. Now let's see who's going to take it, or is it a throw-in? We're not really quite sure. No, it is definitely an Essendon free kick. We were right the first time. Shane Hurd to take it. Hurd decides to go for the short pass. They can't afford to mess around too much, and Timmy Watson now taking it at right half forward. Kicks it back in towards the flank, and the mark taken down there by little Bahaja. Bahaja about 60 metres from goal. Essendon trailing 12-15 to 16-13. He's put the kick on its way, gets it up high for the big mark, knocked away by Andrews. Plenty of Fitzroy players are there. Wilson goes for the clearing kick towards the outer side of the ground, trying to find Manane, but the boundary line might beat him, and Manane carts the ball over the boundary line, and we'll see it thrown into play in front of the small scoreboard, which shows 88 to 109 in favour of Fitzroy. A real boil over here, and so it will be Essendon, 4 appearances in elimination finals, and they've yet to crack it for a win. Alexander and Madden. Madden in front, knocks it down. Past Wilson it comes. In there is Schultz. Can't pick up the ball either. Madden, long handball over the top, trying to find Bahaja, which he does. Bahaja spins out well. Well shepherded by Andrews. Races in the goals. Fires and has put it through for 4 points. A great goal. Still the Bombers fight on. Bahaja putting it through for Essendon's 13th goal. 13-16, 94. The Fitzroy 16-13, 109.
We're approaching the 28-minute mark, and they're down by 15 points. You watch Bahaja's goal here. Shows a lot of courage and a lot of trouble too on the boundary line. He's looking very tight as he spins away from the pack. One sock down. Now he's right, he fires. That's a very nice goal on the part of the little Essendon Rover. So the difference now is 15 points in favour of Fitzroy. I think time has beaten Essendon as we see the ball grabbed by Hurton. He's been a very good player since coming on the ground at half-time. But as I said before, quite a few of their big players have let them down today. Except for Crowe. He's been an outstanding player for Essendon. Knocked out by Alexander. He hasn't played a bad sort of a game as Wilson tries to get through the pack. Pushed away by Vanderhaar. And then we see Neagle going after. Tui's pushed in the back, and Neagle will take the free kick at centre-half back for Essendon. Kickers across there towards that half-forward line. A chance for Laurie to mark, and he does. There's the siren. And the Fitzroy have won. 16-13, 109. To Essendon 13-16-94. So they won the match by 15 points after being in front by 17 points at half-time. And at one stage, during that third quarter, they were 37 points in front.
The Lions got there 16-13, 109 to Essendon 13-16, 94. But it was one of those things that was going to give the Bombers finals experience. They were again eliminated the next year, then improved, and they finished up winning the flags in 84 and 85. But in that year, 1981, the premiership was won by Carlton, and they went on to win it again in 1982. Coming up after the break, one of the
at Bathurst with the death of veteran New Zealand driver Denny Hulme. It's thought the 56-year-old suffered a heart attack.